Hey guys, today we'll be reviewing some more videos that I thought might provide us with good insight on writing and how to avoid some dangerous situations. Let's just start this video off. So first what we have is, looks like a group ride, just a couple people having fun, got all their sport bikes in the left lane going really fast. Now it looks like what's going to happen is our main rider here is going to try to get a side angle of this guy. When riding with my buddies, I have also done that. So where you have a GoPro on and you're like, hey, I wonder how I look from the side. And you just kind of go next to him and you look at him from the side. It's fine, normal, it's all cool. In this case, what our rider failed to factor in was that the traffic in his lane is moving quite significantly slow in relation to his speed. If I had to guess their speed, they're probably doing upwards of 90, perhaps even 100. Just very easy for those bikes to do that. And this person in the left lane was maybe going, I don't know, 70, 60. So they're not completely, they aren't completely, you know, going too slow. But nonetheless, there's a speed differential there. And looks like our buddy here was a bit too busy. I'll go ahead and play the video and let's see what happens. Yeah, so you can kind of guess what's going to happen. I've been in this situation, but it's happened to me more in city traffic where I'm unfamiliar with the roads, or maybe the traffic pattern is different. Essentially, when you try to do a shoulder check, sometimes you're doing the shoulder check and you're like caught off by something and you keep staring at it. But staring at it for that 1 second longer, that's enough for you to be, for like at the speed that you're moving at, that's enough for you to, get seriously close to somebody. And that's something that happened to me a lot. And it's something that I haven't really seen being pointed out in a lot of videos. So when you guys are doing your shoulder checks, I'm not saying don't make them thorough. Please do make them thorough, but you also need to speed it up a little bit. You can't be staring over your shoulder for like 2 to 3 seconds. Like that's, especially if you're unfamiliar with the area. The situation that I was in, I was riding down in Santa Cruz, and it was a left turn lane, and all of a sudden the left turn lane, somebody decided to make a left. Now, I noticed that the traffic was slowing down. I was like, okay, that's fine. I go ahead and I look over to my right, and the thought is that I was just gonna, uh, check the right lane and just, diverge to the right lane, because I couldn't. I just felt that was safer. And there's always something about like wanting to keep your inertia whenever you're riding a motorcycle. So I didn't want to slow down. I probably could have slowed down, stopped, and just waited. Um, but I don't know. I was just excited that day. Regardless, so then I was doing a right shoulder check. Luckily, something went off in my brain, and I'm like, oh, I should look forward. So midway through doing that shoulder check and checking for for like cars on my right hand side, I just quickly glanced to the front again, and I was extremely close to the car in front of me, and I had to like emergency brake right there and then. I did end up locking my rear. Thankfully, I didn't hit him. Um, but that's kind of a situation that I've I've felt it happen more in my earlier years of riding. So I would recommend that if you guys are gonna do a shoulder check, you know, do make it do make it quick, and that you do glance in front, especially if you're in heavy traffic. In this case, they are speeding, so it's not just because he was looking over or he was distracted that caused the issue. Um, but regardless, I think that's a lesson to take away from this video. Um, that sucks, man. But looks like he was at GAT, so he's wearing all of his gear, so hopefully this rider's fine. I mean, that's a damn fast speed to be going at. That sucks. So note to take away from the other video, if you are going to do a shoulder check, do make it quick, but do make it thorough. I'd say don't look, if you're in a situation where there's a lot of traffic, don't take your eyes off road that's in front of you for more than a second, I'd say, unless if you properly plan for it. In this case, a lot of you have probably seen this video. This is one of those ones where it's it sucks, but it happened. I'm gonna try to analyze and see what this guy could have done different, and maybe take away some notes that we can all apply to our writing. So get this guy going. He's just and that sucks. It wasn't his fault at all. Looks like traffic probably looks like traffic is slowing down up there, and this person in this lane, instead of braking, and potentially hitting the car in front of them, they decided to swerve over to the left lane. Unfortunately, I mean, this guy gets a good two. He's not having a good day. The speed that this guy's going at. I mean, it's easy for us to sit here and say, oh yeah, like just go ahead and go this way. That would be good. But there's a lot of factors. Like, there's one minor factor where this guy has just been going straight on this highway for, let's say, 10 miles, right? He hasn't moved his bike around a lot. So for him, his reaction time is going to be much slower than if he was in the canyon and he was turning the bike and he was turning and he was rolling and doing stuff like this. So for him to transition from going straight, and his whole body is in that straight mentality and his mind's probably in the straight mentality, and he's been going for a while, to all of a sudden having to go towards this direction, it's possible, but I doubt that. And I mean, just his speed, right? Like, just his there's honestly not much he could have done. He could have possibly realized that traffic was slowing down up here, but even then, kind of sucks. And looks like the back of this rolling SUV hit him. So it looks like he was trying to do that. So he was trying to go around, but I guess he just didn't make it to the meridian fast enough. So he didn't make it to the left meridian fast enough, and then the SUV, which was spinning out of control, unfortunately hit his bike. I mean, this is one of those where this is a reactive one. So this accident, there's not much you can do unless if you have some like crazy abilities and you have some like you're on some crazy drugs that allow you to slow down time. You can't really do too much in this circumstance. I think it should have started by him, starting to realize that traffic was slowing down and maybe giving more distance. Possibly could have stopped this, but yeah, this one's just not a good one. This sucks. Looks like our guy's okay though, he's moving around. That's one thing I have heard is if you do get an accident, right, like there's some people that are like, oh, I got an accident, oh man, I'm hurt, but then I don't want people to like see that I'm badly hurt, and they'll just stand up and walk. That's not, to my knowledge, that's not recommended. If you do get an accident, those first few seconds are crucial, and you need to kind of lay still. Or else you could get permanent spinal damage.
Stay here. Stay here. Okay, don't move.
This one is an exciting one. It's one that is really unfortunate, man. It really is, but stuff like this happens all the time in motorcycle riding, and that's one thing where you're concentrating while you're riding. Yeah, okay, let's just see what happens. So we have this person who is traveling away from the sun, directly into the sun. And as you can see here, I mean, that sun is just right in his face. I mean, I don't know if the GoPro makes it worse, but that is a bright ass light. Like if I was riding and I saw this, I would be slowing down significantly. Right? This looks like kind of looks like maybe it's dawn. Regardless, sun's low in the sky. I would be slowing down significantly. One thing that you can do is, keep your visor clean. So for moments like these, if your visor is dirty and it's got a lot of dust and stuff like that on it, that can actually take the light um, and spread it around inside the helmet, making it worse. So instead of it being a localized direct light, so in this case the sun is like right there, it's just tiny tiny little thing. Um, you know, it can kind of localize it, and then you're not in this situation. I think this is probably made worse by the fact that there's probably dew on the road. Again, I'm thinking dawn. So there's some sort of water or light, or maybe it's just rain, and there's some sort of light, water that's reflecting back into it. Um, but I would say if you don't see it, slow down. So here we have him just going. He looks like he's. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. He probably felt under pressure to maintain his speed because there's a person behind him, but people like don't don't risk your life by trying to fulfill somebody else's, comfortability, right? So in this case, he should have just slowed down um, to the point where he could have seen. I don't think I mean, people around him might have been kind of mad, but I think he definitely should have slowed down. Like, if you can't see, don't go. Don't assume. All right, guys, that's all from me. Hope you guys learned something today. Ride safe.